Good morning. Welcome to another High Five. My name is Mary Bostrom of Ken Bostrom Ministries, and let's go up a little bit higher today. High five. Let's meet in the air and go up higher in the spirit. We've been talking about vessels. There's 7 different vessels that are talked about in the Bible, and I'm not going to name them again today because we're going to go into them in depth next week. But today on God's calendar, I'm not saying Jewish calendar, I'm saying God's calendar, because the Jewish people have just been commissioned with, they've been ordered to keep it accurate. And so today is November 8th on our calendar, but on the Hebraic calendar, or God's calendar, it is Cheshvan 10. Cheshvan 7 or 10, sorry. Cheshvan 10 is the day that Noah took his family into the ark. Now, next Friday on Cheshvan 17 will be the day that the flood began. Now, I believe that Noah was a chosen man. I think that God had him in mind from the beginning. I think that God had many people in mind from the beginning to help him to save the people. But Noah is the only one that found grace in the eyes of the Lord. And when we come to chapter Genesis 6, and the Lord was sorry that he made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy man I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing, and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. Now here's the next verse, verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. You know, in Jewish teaching, and I need to find where I found that, because I repeat it and people ask me where I found it. I found it in a rabbinical teaching, and it said what that really means in Hebrew is Noah ministered to God's hurt. Can you imagine? God, if all of your children had turned away from you and rejected you, one person would minister to you. That person would find much grace in the eyes of the Lord. And here, verse 9, and it talks about the genealogy of Noah. And Noah was a just man, perfect in his generation. Noah walked with God. And, in Luke 27:26 and Matthew 24:37, it talks about the days before Jesus comes are going to be like the days of Noah. Now, we're talking about vessels of honor, vessels of dishonor, the 7 different vessels. And, the vessel of honor and vessel of dishonor are both the same size. But the vessel of dishonor refused to obey the potter when it was on the wheel. And it became not a vessel of honor that would be in the temple, that would refresh the people, that would cleanse them when it came in. It would be it's the very same size, but it would be a garbage can. So, are you going to obey the Lord? Are you going to, there are many things that the Lord may be talking to you about today. Something that maybe you need to let out of your life. Something that you need to choose to do rather than. Not too many people are actually reading the Bible anymore. Maybe God's talking to you about getting a Bible reading plan ready. Something that you daily start reading the Bible. And so there's many different things that we have choices to do. We have choices every day to forgive. We have choices every day to honor God. We have choices every day. If these are the days of Noah, and Noah ministered to God's hurt, are you going to minister to God's hurt? Are you going to worship him and minister to him and say, God, you are just and you are righteous and you are true in everything that you do? Are you going to be thankful? Thankful is the highest form of faith. Are we going to be a thankful people, or are we going to be grumbling and complaining? There's so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful today for a warm house. It's a little cool in Texas today. And there's so many things to be thankful for, but guess what? We get to choose. All the people during Noah's day got to choose if they were going to be corrupt He said it's going to be just like the days of Noah. In Matthew and Luke, they both said it's going to be like the days of Noah before Jesus comes. And so we get to choose to minister to God's herd. God bless you. Bye-bye.